Warning: the following contains spoilers for The Flash Season 4. If you are not caught up, go do so now or continue at your own peril. Now, let the video begin. Hey everyone, what's up? I'm Thecheeseking and welcome back to another theory video. How are you all doing? I know I'm pretty shaken after episode 10 of The Flash Season 4. Barry gets arrested at the end of episode 9, then gets sentenced to life in prison without the chance of parole at the end of episode 10. Honestly, it's insane Barry really didn't pick up the body and kind of run away and clean everything up when he heard the police knock, because honestly he could have. But no matter how smart Barry is, he can be very stupid sometimes. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. During this episode, Barry is having a trial to try and prove whether he is guilty or innocent. The thing is, the prosecution is very good at their job, and despite Team Flash's best efforts, they don't seem to get anything right. Even the judge said that he had never seen more of a disregard for human life. The thing is, the case should have been over in maybe 30 minutes. Hear me out here. Everything seems like this was the perfect setup. The body was there, they had the fingerprints all over the murder weapon, Barry's DNA was under DeVoe's nails, and DeVoe's was under Barry's. There are a few things wrong with this, and one big thing wrong with this, but I'm going to save that one until the end. Now I'll admit, my first inspiration for this video is when my girlfriend and I didn't see DeVoe's wheelchair in Barry's apartment. But after looking over the footage, was there. We only got a second of it though. Anyway, my real issue is with Marlize DeVoe's story. She said that the reason for a restraining order was because she just had a feeling that she was unsafe. But the reason they got the restraining order, well, the reason that the police, was because Barry had broken into their house. Captain Singh even said that the harassment is why he granted the restraining order, not because she felt unsafe. She says in the clip that they complained about him, but why didn't she bring up the real conditions about the restraining order? Wouldn't that have swayed the jury in her favor even more? So there are clear gaps in her story, especially when the prosecution played out the whole story at the beginning. He said what happened, when it happened, where it happened. And her story doesn't really line up. Secondly, when she was explaining the last time she saw her husband, she said that when he wanted to confront Barry, he said it was his duty as her husband to defend her. But around a minute and a half later, she said that Clifford allowed her to be with another man because he could not fulfill her needs. One of those needs is to be protected and feel safe. So why didn't Dominic go and confront Barry instead of a man who has been harassed by Barry and who cannot defend himself in the slightest? Thirdly, no man would ever let his wife be intimate with another unless he was able to do the same. And how convenient is it that the photos get brought up, Dominic gets suggested to be a killer, and she can just disprove it because her husband conveniently isn't there to deny or confirm it. That is something Cecile should have definitely touched on because it would have helped Barry's case a lot because there would have been another person of interest. That is certainly a weaker point, but it still needed to be put into play. Fourthly, how did Clifford get to Barry's apartment on who knows what floor? Sure, he could have been driven there, but Marlize said that he left and that she wishes she didn't let him. My issue is, if he went there, then he would have been going out there in the dark, in a wheelchair, in downtown Central City, where plenty of terrible things could have happened before he got to Barry's apartment. So him getting there is more unlikely than Barry killing him. But again, he conveniently isn't there to explain how he ended up at Barry's place. And finally, my last most impactful point, in my opinion, is that why did they catch Barry? Think about that for a minute. How did they catch Barry Allen, the fastest man alive, the Flash, a forensic scientist? They did a lot of forensic work on that scene, but Barry's been a forensic scientist for 5 years. 5. Which means that he knows exactly what to look for, and he has helped solve the city's most gruesome crimes and murders. So, if Barry in reality did kill Clifford DeVoe, wouldn't they have gotten a lot less evidence? The evidence was overwhelming, really. If anything, the amount of evidence should have been off-putting. When someone fakes amnesia, they purposely get more answers wrong than right on a quiz that they should know plenty about, whereas someone who truly has amnesia would get around half the questions right and half the questions wrong. Since in reality, it's just luck to them. When we are faking, we exude the thing that we think will convince the person we are trying to convince we actually have whatever we're faking. So the fact that literally every single little detail is all pointing to Barry should really be making a case for him rather than against him. especially since, like I said, he's a forensic scientist and would know how to easily cover up a crime like that. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that the Flash should have won his trial. I believe I made a pretty strong case for him, and honestly believe that if I was his lawyer instead of Cecile, he would have won. I'd like to quickly thank my girlfriend Gabby, since she helped me get some of the points together and sparking my curiosity in this topic, and for helping me continue to make videos even if I feel like not many people are enjoying them. But I will continue to make them, and I do thank you for watching. But do you guys agree that Barry should have won, especially with the points I listed? Do you think I missed anything? If so, leave your answer in the comments and tell me something I missed. And subscribe, because I think my next video will be about trying to decode the rest of the season with what Barry said at the beginning, when he was going kind of psycho. And maybe even trying to solve the whole "this house is bitchin' conspiracy. But until then, you guys can check out my other Flash video. It's up in the iCard. It's on one of these two sides. And it's about what my theory was about the whole Iris dying back in season 3. Thanks for watching. Bye.